So during our last segment, we did one practical question. So what have you noticed during this practical question? Let me explain all the points one by one. Number one, depreciation is always provided annually, and depreciation is always provided on the day of closing. And the amount of the depreciation always depends upon the working life of the assets, I mean to say the useful life of the asset, and the scrap value of the assets and the purchase price. So we need three things: the cost of the asset, the scrap value of the assets, and the working life. On the basis of these three items, we can calculate annual depreciation. And you know the meaning of scrap value? Scrap value, residual value, salvage value, net realizable value, all are one and same thing. Basically, this is the value of leftover of the asset at the end of working life. And next point is, number 4 is, depreciation must be calculated to reach true profit of the company. If you don't consider depreciation every year, your net profit won't be in the true position. Let's revise the previous question. 1st January 2013 bar purchased bar 10,000 bar 3 years bar 1,000. It means on 1st January 2013 the machinery was purchased for rupees 10,000 and the working life was 3 years and the scrap value was rupees 1,000 and the annual depreciation on the machinery was rupees 3,000. Be careful. Depreciation hits in two ways. Number one, it reduces our profits because all expenses and losses reduce our profits. Depreciation is an expense for us. It will reduce the profit. Number two, it will reduce the value of the asset. You must have noticed that machinery account was being credited every year. It means the value was getting decreased every year. So let's see how it appears in different accounts or balance sheet on different dates. I mean to say, let's see the effect of depreciation on different assets and different accounts in our books. On 1st January 2013, the machinery was purchased. On cash book, on credit side, you will find buy machinery rupees 10,000 because you have lost the cash on this date because you have bought the machinery. But on another side, you have created one asset in the name of machinery. So if you make provisional balance sheet on 1st January 2013, on asset side, you will find machinery, rupees 10,000. On 31st December 2013, what will happen? If you look at the profit and loss count of this company, on debit side, you will find two depreciation rupees 3,000. It means it has reduced the profit during this year. And if you look at the balance sheet as on 31st December 2013, on asset side you will find 10,000 minus 3,000 in the inner column, and in the outer column you will find 7,000. This figure is for machinery. It means the value of machinery in the books in the balance sheet on 31st December 2013 was 7,000 because during this year we have lost profit of rupees 3,000 and we have lost the value of machinery. Now, on 31st December 2014, on profit and loss count, on debit side, you will find rupees 3,000, two depreciation, and balance sheet as on 31st December 2014, you will find machinery 7,000 minus 3,000, and in the outer column 4,000. Then, on 31st December 2015, if you look at the profit and loss count, on debit side you will find two depreciation rupees 3,000 and balance sheet as on 31st December 2015 you will find 4,000 minus 3,000 in the outer column 1,000. This is machinery on the asset side. So in this way, if you look at all the profit and loss count and balance sheets on the screen, you will find that every year we are losing profit of rupees 3,000 because 3,000 is appearing on the debit side of profit and loss count. And one thing more, if you notice the balance sheet, every year the value of machinery is getting decreased by rupees 3,000. At the end, the value of the machinery is only rupees 1,000. This is the scrap value. So in this way, you must have learned the effect of depreciation on profits as well as on the assets.